Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are back in beautiful Norway and we are in amazing looking Bodø. It's dusk, the sun is setting behind us, and although it's a little unrealistic we wouldn't see the northern light at this point, we can see the northern lights above us because we're above the Arctic Circle still. Today we are having a pretty short flight. We're flying the Carenados Cessna 402, is it? From Bodø, which is actually out here. I just can't make it. Oh, let's see if, yeah, I can't make it stick. And Skywector stick right there. Let's do it like this. Yeah, we can do it like this. This is basically Bodø, and it's a decommissioned airstrip on this very mountainous island. It's on this little part here, and we are going to fly to the main airport in this part of the country, Bodø, Echo November Bravo Oscar, where we'll probably transition to the Dash 8 and fly the Dash 8 down throughout the short field network up here, before we end up down in Trondheim somewhere, and we're going to do some sort of loop around the southern part of Norway before coming back up and doing Finnmark and Svalbard and stuff later in the winter. But anyway, today it's actually a pretty short jump from out here into Bodø, a big military airport also for Norway. Lots of our fighter jets and military squadrons are based out there. But first we will leave this beautiful place in this, I must say, it's a pretty beautiful, very well done representation of the aircraft. It looks great. It's the, I think it's a 406 Caravan. But I don't know, I just can't bring myself to love these Carenados aircraft. They look great, but I feel like they fly pretty, they're pretty, I wouldn't say boring to fly, but they're not, they just don't convince me, I guess. So we are going to ENBO. I think I'll use the GPS tonight because it is dark out.
TOS, system test okay.
Yeah, see, it doesn't even have them. This is the helicopter base on the other side of the island, which is currently news. The airfield got shut down due to like weather that was always too severe. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna make this one a really long and complicated flight. I don't really know how to operate this aircraft properly, so I think in this case we're just gonna more or less just fly it and see how that goes. So yeah, off we go. No traffic this time either.
Ultimate traffic 2 initialized.
$70 knots. $100, and we're off.
Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up.
Very nice night lighting.
Pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead.
That I have to say.
Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up. Terrain ahead, pull up.
I don't know what it's yelling about because there's no terrain ahead of us. Yeah, like I said, pretty impressive scenery up here. You know what I'll do, actually, just so you can see what it looks like real quick. Look at what it looks like in the daylight too. It's an amazing piece of scenery, only beaten by the Narvik. Narvik is better, I would say. Is there no dome light in this? Oh, there we go. You know what? They make the cabins look all really nice, but it's, come on, I need light for my what I need a light on here is my throttle quadrant. I can't see my prop levers. Okay, I guess this is the way it's going to be. I knew there was a way to get the GPS onto the CDI here. Not that that makes me a genius or anything, but see, okay. No, this is throttle, propeller T control. Lovely, finally, some respite from the very loud noise. So I'm, you don't really see it at night, but this tour is of FTX Norway. That's possibly how you found it if you searched your way to this channel, to this video. So I fly with FTX Norway, and I fly with Airports of Norway, which is a really great freeware package covering, what is it, 18 major airports in Norway or something like this. Basically, they cover, together with a sort of related project called Norway GA, they covered all the airports in Norway into freeware packages that are actually really quite good. They are not half bad, and they're free. You can get them from flightsim.no, and you can also get them from flightsim.com. Not that I understand why they host them there anymore. And this another service called Flights Scenery Norway or something, Flights and Scenery Norway. Kind of a strange, it's pretty decent page. It's just unusual looking. It kind of features and shows the differences between the different sceneries in Norway, which is nice. But it's a great scenery package, and they're the ones who have done Bodø, which we are flying into. Vare was done by Aerosoft's Vare. I don't know. Maybe this. I'm still sort of getting used to this plane. I've had it for, I guess, since it came out. Man, these big stutters. I get these big stutters. Usually get like 1 or 2 a flight where everything decides to be super stuttery, and then usually it settles down after that. Well, anyway, I've had this plane since pretty much it came out. I was kind of excited about it. I try to get all the planes that I've flown in real life or been in real life, and I think I think this is the plane I flew in. I flew this plane in Africa once from out to Tanzania from Arusha in the north, where there's safaris. We were on an amazing safari. That was really great. So like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Very expensive and stupid in some ways, but I thought it was well worth it. And we flew this down from the north, where the safaris take place, down to Zanzibar, which is on the coast, which is really nice tropical island out in the Indian Ocean. And yeah, so a nice flight. Caravan, two engine caravan basically, with some more seating. Big fan of it in real life, and yeah, I don't know though. It hasn't. I love the caravans. I just really wish someone like A2A could do a decent caravan. I think the caravan's such a interesting aircraft to fly. It's still a Cessna. Do you know what I mean? Like it feels in some ways like a big Cessna, but it has those turbines, which makes it fast, and it has the short field performance, which makes it very versatile. I don't know. Somebody needs to do a high quality caravan, either dual engine or single engine. Preferably, I think I'd like the single engine. But a high quality 406 would also be okay. But yeah, 208 would be dream come true. Anyways, I didn't like it at first so much, this 406, but I have to say it's grown on me a little bit, and it does feel a little more advanced than I gave it credit for initially. Initially I thought this was a waste of my money, and that it was just one of those sort of planes on rails. But if you, let's see if we can sort of, I did a video of the F-14 the other day, and I think the F-14 is a great example of someone doing a kind of an interesting flight model with the plane. And I flew it at a time right after the Soloi freeware was released. And the Soloi freeware, it was like whenever you let go of the controls, it would just stop where it was. Kinda like what it's doing right now. Maybe that is what it is. The ailerons, it just seems to sort of stop. But when you do the elevator control on this, there is some sort of inertia and movement and life to it. It responds, it sort of responds back towards what you were trying to do. Yeah, see, now it's like doing this sort of weird floaty thing, which I like. It needs to feel like I'm flying, basically, and this plane sort of does the job, I think. Not perfectly, but it sort of does the job. What it does deliver, though, is some really nice looking eye candy. It looks great, but like I said also, your night lighting, it looks great, but it's also a little unusable. I need some sort of, maybe it's just me not reading the manual again, as always, but can't seem to find any kind of night lighting for the throttle quadrant. Maybe there isn't in real life either. But I sure wish there was some way to put on a cabin light or something here that would let me see it. Anyway, let's see what they say in Bodø.
Bodø Tower, Cessna, November 406 Romeo Echo is 17 miles northwest of Bodø 4600 with Zulu to land.
Cessna, November 406 Romeo Echo, Bodø Tower, fly straight, runway 7, altimeter 3065.
Make straight in, runway 7, Cessna 6 Romeo Echo.
So that's pretty handy. We're just flying straight in, runway 7. I'll get the chart out in a second. I think we might do a proper approach here, at least try. See if the plane will let us. So let's get the Alpha Echo November Bravo Oscar charts. The Norwegian charts are all available online. And we're doing the ILS 7. And let's see, so we're doing an intercept altitude of 2000, or capture altitude of 2000. 074 is the heading. Yeah, which was what we had. And yeah, there's the airport lights, the approach light down there actually. Just tune the radios from here, the ILS 7, and I think we can put this in VLOC mode, which is the ILS, basically nav1 radio, and we'll turn the course knob to 074. I think we'll still hand fly it. Okay, that's both propellers tuned in the dark. Man, that was kind of dangerous, I guess. Not I guess, I know. That was very stupid. So, we're almost at 2,000 feet. So, what we need to do is level off here at 2,000 feet. Best we can and bleed off some of the speed. And it's very tricky in this plane because you will lose altitude, it seems, faster than you will lose speed. I think it's important to keep some torque on the engines. Not just fly it like a Cessna, but actually keep the engines rolling. But look at that, now we're already at 140 knots, which is not what I want it to be. I want it to be more at like 120 knots. I can see the approach light, so I'm going to start my turn, even though the needle is not moving. There it is.
Cessna November 406 Romeo Echo with 080 at Niner. Clear to land runway 7.
Clear to land, runway 7. Cessna 6 Romeo Echo.
Okay, we'll take the gear. And we'll take a notch of flaps. I don't know if this is too fast to lower the flaps. I feel like it's too fast to lower the flaps, but how I'm supposed to slow this plane down without some flaps and some gear here is a little bit beyond me. Maybe it's just loaded pretty front heavy or something, but it feels almost impossible to do this any differently than what I'm doing it. This is Bodø, a freeware airport. So we're on the glide slope. Let's see if we can drop some speed, add some more flaps, and remain on the glide slope. I kinda doubt it. We are off the localizer, that's for sure. So Thrustmaster, the guy who's doing Narvik, who did Narvik, the amazing scenery of Narvik, is actually doing Bodø. I've seen screenshots in a Norwegian newspaper and they look glorious, but I think it's probably a year or two away the way that he works. I think he's doing it mostly because he's really into the 3D modeling and the mapping. I think he's actually like some sort of map person in real life. So he's really into the 3D mapping technology, which is why he's so into doing things properly. But look at this night lighting done by Airports in Norway. That's pretty nice night lighting for a freeware project, don't you think? It's pretty damn great. Off to the right here is all the airport shelters for the F-16s. It's kinda touch and go for me if the F-16 show up as traffic, but I have the Norwegian F-16 squadrons loaded as traffic files within Ultimate Traffic 2. I'll have a look if we can see them later. Reversers and 60 knots.
Cessna 6 Romeo Echo, welcome to Bodø. Contact ground on 1181.
118.1. Cessna 6 Romeo Echo. Bodø ground. Cessna November 406 Romeo Echo. Taxi to the gate. Cessna November 406 Romeo Echo.
So this is Bodø, freeware Bodø. I mean, it's not That's all I'm missing, but I think it's pretty decent. It's got the markings and everything. We'll pull up like here next to the Dash 8-100.
Cessna 6 Romeo Echo, please acknowledge. Taxiing 22
And
taxiway. Cessna 6 Romeo Echo.
now that we are here, we will turn the lights off too. It's a pretty good looking aircraft, I have to say. It's like the model is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh, we should have put a cargo pod on it. I think it looks even cooler with a cargo pod. Yeah. I do think it looks cooler with a cargo pod. So over there is the 330 squadron. They fly F-16s, I think. And behind us here is the civilian airport. Lots of Dash 8s and stuff like that. Yeah, see, so we have all the, actually we do have all the F-16s up here. Let's do a little tour of the traffic in the area. Scenery is messed up because of course it wants to mess up when I'm trying to show you something. It does usually reloads after a little while. Here's the Norwegian flights. I also have all the Norwegian flights with the tail heroes, all the different ones. So yeah, all the Norwegian F-16s numbered, named and numbered, and parked where they should be. I think the flight plans didn't park some of them inside the shelters, which is neat. I like it. They've done a good job, whoever compiled these flight plans and did that stuff. I do wish AI was better though in the sim. I do wish so. I wish they would talk. I wish there was VFR, AI, and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's enough for today. I hope you liked the stream. Next time we'll be heading off in the Dash, which can be really interesting. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.